Alright, you have selected Rozzi. This is my main, and because when I started playing, it was a character that was released at almost at the same time as I started playing. I started playing just before Rozzi, but just after I started playing, she was released, and she was a monster on release. We'll talk about that with the stat first. Let's see what we have here with Rozzi. And I still remain a connection with her ever since then. I started playing. 16 is decent, and also with one of their skills, she might contest her area with 16 there. So we have that. That can help. D plus with 16 here. It's decent number for D plus, and we have also one of her skill that can help to get her area. And then level 18, we have also D plus stats that are decent too. 55, 51. Health and stamina doesn't matter much. Other than the fact that gun mastery usually run on the ammo supply. So it's kind of a thing that you might have more problem doing stamina, but you can also run blue reserve weasel too with it. So there's that too. Yeah. But we were talking about level 18. Level 18, we have decent stat, but on a D plus mastery, which means we might end up SS faster than someone starting D. And we have a decent number to multiply by the mastery number, because as always, the mastery is a multiplier to your stat attack and your weapon attack. So the higher your number stat attack is here, because the weapon doesn't change much. Unless, I mean, gun mastery, I say it doesn't change much, but gun mastery does have a strong weapon. Our yellow weapon is the strongest in the game, because yeah, we'll talk about gun mastery later too, but because gun make noise, so that's why I always like to bring my ammo supply with it. But we'll talk about that too. So we have decent stat early and late. So this means if they have decent stat, her skill doesn't amount to much, because we also have D plus. The kit of a character is always the stat, the mastery, and the skill. And if you have good stat, good mastery, probably you mean that you don't have skill as a way to balance that. For mastery wise, D plus here, she used to, when she was released, she used to have D mastery on both too, but they removed that. So now she's a single mastery D plus con, and which means you can always bring your ammo supply to prevent you from having to run bullets in your bag, which is annoying to do because it takes space in the bag. And yeah, most of the time it's more easier to do that to run ammo supply than anything else as an aptitude for gun mastery. Just like we do on bow too, we do run always the arrow supply. And you went for a no-reload weapon like Polaris or plasma rifle. Most likely Polaris is the most used one, or electron blaster, because the ability does not need reloading. All of those. And if you went for that, you will have to need the bullets if you want to go for your Kelte here. The 59 yellow weapon, the strongest in the game. So even more value from your SS multiplier and your D plus mastery, because we have a lot of gun with D plus mastery, including Rozzi here. That's the problem from having a weapon without reloading. You lose the ability to do your yellow weapon. At the high level, it matters, because at the high level, you mostly always have a yellow weapon. It's just that important to get that extra damage for the multiplier. Because 59, and let's say you have a purple weapon, And 47, that's 10 more. That's a lot to multiply by your mastery there. So every mastery they always go for the yellow weapon most of the time. Some player don't need to because I mean not player but character don't need to because they can get a yellow weapon like Adela, uh, ammo supply and biomechanics. That's the easiest one. Of course, when you get better at stamina management, you can choose something else like green or red. But as a new player, I like to have it stable at the beginning, so I can have a stable base to potentially reach the late game too. So and find the footstep of the last person you just saw. But then again, we have the same problem as we said earlier. Uh, we'll have to use no reload gun, so because we don't use ammo supply. But it's a thing you can do sometimes because it ties with your skill if you want to go more. And also, if you're not familiar, because she's a gun mastery, if you're not familiar about padding for this game, you can also look at guides online too. I made some rules for gun too. Others I did too. You just have to watch people play gun, and you will notice which weapon they always go for. So there's that too. If you don't know about the crafting yet, and you want to play Rozzi, you need to know some crafting because you'll be crafting a gun there. Skill wise, we'll start with easy shot because that's the main idea with Rozzi here. We saw that she has staff, she has D plus mastery, but she doesn't have much skill. So first skill, she also, like we covered on our Youngwoo guide there, she also gained mastery from her skill. But unlike Youngwoo, it's not on it's on kill here. When killing an enemy with easy shot. Only 5 additional damage, so you have to watch out for that. Because your easy shot doesn't have much damage to get the kill done. And she does get more than Youngwoo. Youngwoo gets 50% from his dogfight. And easy shot here she gets more, but it's more difficult killing someone. Killing someone is more difficult than getting a hit on someone, of course. So you get more reward for hit. You can do it on white animal too. Of course, again, not unlike Yanwu, we can't do that on animal. We can kill animal and get 100% there, and we can get it on enemy players and for 400% there. It used to be more than that. It used to be 500 there when she was released, but she didn't have the wild animal there. So but 500 was pretty scary. It still is a 400% there. If you get a kill or two kill early game, one is still okay, but 2 kill early game with Rozzi, that's really hard to come back from that for other players because at 800% their mastery wise, that's a lot of mastery, free mastery there, which is hard for other player to come back because she has stat and she has mastery already. So if you double that on an easy shot, she becomes a monster that can steamroll the whole lobby. But only if she gets the kill, which is difficult to do on most of the time, unless you are already the best player in your lobby. Same thing for Wild Animal. Wild Animal can surprise us on the last hit, so sometimes you lose on your AC shot 100% there. Just like we covered on Adela too, when we try to check and the animal might surprise attack us and we can't do a check even though they are below 40% HP. Same thing for Rozzi. It might be on the last hit, they surprise attack us and we can't use easy shot. That's another thing. And 50-second cooldown is really low too. It used to be higher than that. So you can spam really, you can basically spam that skill when you enter a new area, even though you don't know if they're on the hedge. But if you do happen to get them on the hedge and use your easy shot, oh yeah. Also another thing for easy shot is since we're playing gun mastery, Gun mastery is mastery that's pretty easy to craft. They have the fastest craft in the game, but they do make noise. So that's the way to balance gun, because since they have easiest craft in the game, they do make noise. So that's why you might that's why ammo supply with the crew silencer is very useful for us, because we do make noise, and sometimes we don't want to make noise. Let's say we're fighting, like I said, a weakling, and you want to get that early blood there for kill day. We don't want to make noise. We don't want to attract people, and you want to make noise. Of course, you don't care if you're already ahead. You're making noise. You're already ahead. But most of the time, you always have, in every game you play, you always have someone that's better than you. So watch out for your silencer, and put your crew silencer on ammo supply when you are behind. You can tell when you are behind, when someone is already ahead of you. You can tell with at the bottom there, someone reached a certain level, or someone reached already certain mastery and you are not there. That's a way to tell that you're behind there. And also the crude silencer on ammo supply only appears, just like in the demo here, only appears if you have an empty slot in your bag. Otherwise, the crude silencer doesn't appear when you reload with your ammo supply. Good thing to know there. If you do want it, you just remove one item in your bag. Just make a space in your bag, and you're good to go. You can keep your crude silencer. So also another thing about easy shot is that at the beginning and mid game, beginning is like before nighttime, mid is nighttime, and late game is day 2 after nighttime. So beginning and mid game, easy shot. That's why that's how you build your mastery, with easy shot there. You get an extra bonus. You can do it, of course, and naturally by fighting people, but you want to get that bonus there. At least once. One easy shot for Rozzi. Otherwise, you just have, like I said, just a stat stick. At 400%, we need that. That's 10. That's like it's 10 Vital Crush for Eva, and 8 Dogfight for Yumbo. So we need at least one in the game. We need at least one to have a decent Rozzi. Rozzi that can win. Otherwise, it's just a stat stick. So that's the problem with Rozzi. She does not get 400 all the time in every game. So because players are good, you're always playing with good players. But we have a second skill just for that to get in the mix, and it might be a way to get the easy shot done. It's your Distort Malice. Distort Malice is a unique skill. No one has that, but Rozzi has. 60-second cooldown here. It used to be 120. They buffed that because they saw that Rozzi, her skill doesn't amount to much, because she doesn't always get 30 shot done, and if you don't, it's only 5 extra damage, not much. Most skill do more than that. So the thing here is the more people there is in the location, the more effect your Malice does on the attack side to reduce the attack of your opponent, and also the chance for yourself to be found. So the more enemy is in an area, the better the skill is, which is something again that is hard to achieve again, because area with multiple people, that's rare. You do have that sometime in the last 3 area, or the last area. Sometimes there's multiple people alive, so you can get your Malice done. But you have to reach that far in the game, and we don't have much to reach it. The stats and D plus, and yeah, and we don't always get RZ shot on animal, because other players are getting animal too. So if we can get a player, if we can get an animal, I mean, it's just D plus with stats. Not much. Not much to help us. But that's what we have. When we have noisy area, we can go in for this tournament lights and get our buff there on ourselves and the debuff on them, and we can use that potentially maybe to get in between and get an easy shot down on someone. and get the kill there because they're fighting against each other. But you don't go. You usually want to do that when you have some armor because yeah, early game you might get crushed by other player, double hit, triple hit. That's the problem with this game. Double and triple hit are a thing in this game, so everyone knows that they got hit by multiple people. That's why we love so much armor in the game, because it kind of prevents us from dying to double and triple hit in the beginning of the game. Also, like I said in the Discord and Malice, you can use that on your starting area because it's not dependent on level here. So the effect is it doesn't depend on level, so you can use it early game for your starting area if you expect another gun. Because when you start a game, you see the lobby, and if you see a lot of gun, you can expect that you will get some heat in the gun starting location. So you can get your distant Malice ready for that, which you can help because you will decrease the attack by 2 if there's one player with you, and further if there's more than 2. And you also get the buff on yourself. Less chance of being seen. You might get free hits from that, which is decent too because we get free hits from that. We build more mastery. So on the 60 second cooldown, we want to use our Malice. Any free hit we get from that is good. But we do channel for 1 second, so we kind of give 1 free hits too. So not much of a mastery buff there, but because we think 1 second to channel, and you have to channel it in an area with people, so you do get a hit while you distort Malice. You can also do it on dodge stance. You might still get found in dodge stance too, but that's a thing you can do. The optical camouflage bag, you can tie that with your Malice if you can, because you in the gun starting area you usually find the magazine. So if you do have a belt sometimes, most of the time the belt because it requires scrap metal and leather, which are ingredients you might need for your build. Scrap metal is a staple of any gun craft, and leather is a staple for armor. So it's rare that you craft a belt. If you do happen to craft one, or you find one, you can go for the optical camouflage. It ties well with the Malice because it's -8, and we already saw that you get -12 on one enemy, so -8, you get the -20, and so on. An extra bonus on your chance of being found, which ties well with our skill. But we don't go our way to always craft it every game because it's like I said, it's an annoying craft here with the scrap and the leather. But same thing for quiver. Most bows don't craft that because the same thing. We need a belt, which is annoying to do with the scrap metal and the leather. Another thing that can happen for you is when hard user or peacemaker. Uh, there might be a lot of people loafing on the peacemaker there because it's an area that no one can player in while and all can be found. So people might be resting, hitting, injuring. So that's sometimes it's also a good moment for you to jump in with Rozzi and activate your Malice there because it might be good effect there, and it lasts for 30 seconds. So you can sweep, get the channeling done, get the effect, and go somewhere else and fight people with Malice activated. So that's pretty much it about Rozzi. Not much. Just stat stick with D+. And sometimes your skill come into action. The more it does, the better. But most of the time, it doesn't amount to much. That's why she has D+ with stats to balance that fact. And we compare that with other guns. I mean, Aya clearly outshine Rozzi right now because she just received the D+ mastery, which is same thing as here, and she has better skill than Rozzi. Aya has 53, a little bit less on 53 on attack stat, but her skill is clearly clearly better than that. So it does get less stamina too, but we don't care about stamina. Like I said, clearly Aya is a better gun than Rozzi. Rozzi is just an average gun. I mean, even maybe I could even say that she's the worst gun that you can have because her skill are situational and they don't amount. If they do, if you do get the jackpot and easy shot people, oh yeah, you win. But most of the time you don't. Even though she's not the best god. I just love playing Rozzi still, regardless how good she is. That's pretty much it about our kit. So now we'll try to demo game now. So other than Magnum Pitten is the worst, yes. So many gun there. I don't think I will get beat there. We'll see, but
準備はできましたか？では頑張って生き残ってください。
作戦開始。しっかりした方がいいよ。ターゲット。追跡。
oh god,
目標。
and you don't.
目標。ターゲット。追跡。目標。
So many god,
追跡対象確認。
so many god that game. Tuna. I'll go without tuna then. Scary game. We'll go with that.
誰かが死亡しました。
One gun dead, two gun dead.
ターゲット。追跡。ターゲットちょっとかすれ
ワ
たな。
ンドキール。
I don't know what bandit does there.
目標。
Get Bernie's too.
ターゲット確認。
Let's get Bernie's too.
目標。
ダブルキール。
ターゲット。
What is this game? Yeah, shots fired, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Shots were fired that game, for sure.
現在の生存率は 50% です。
5 alive already. Again. That Bernie's body has good stuff on me too. Oh, I know. We're sorry.
最初の禁止区域が選定されました。
Can't get the body right. We'll do the slippers first. Nope, or maybe not. Doesn't matter. Got everything low body. Woohoo. There we go. You got a hammer? Nope. Hammer. Hammer TV. Glass cup. Again. Very quiet game.
ちょっとかするかも。追跡対象確認。ターゲット。
That's right.
目標目標確認。
The damage. Give me a DD. One dead. Again. 4 left. Come on, TV. Oh, dude. Be alive too. Dude. There's no TV here. Oh wow. God.
追跡。ターゲットちょっとかするかも。しっかりした方がいい
Okay,
よ。
alright.
ターゲット。
Alright now. Info first.
追跡。
トリプルフリージュ生存者3人です。
They're killed by the dust there.
追跡。
3 left.
2回目の禁止区域が選定されました。
Left. 3 left going up here. That's insanity. Give me my TV. Game. It's a three-man PV. 3-man PV there. Get some animal. That's all there is. I really left to do.
目標。
Oh, dude. Is Alex giving up, dude? Oh god.
目標。
Only Zenny is not giving up.
ターゲット。
Or B plus. That's a lot of mass region. No hardware. Guess we couldn't find the TV. We have live over there. Have that again. And take that maybe. If I could leave. Don't even need it though. Let's look over here.
追跡。追跡ちょっとかするかも。
Let's do. What's up?
目標。しっかりした方がいいよ。ターゲット。確認。
Uh-huh. Is that hard to find? Come on. Maybe.
3 回
Oh
目の
yeah.
禁止区域が選定されました。
Oh. Wick limp too. Oh god. Let's go. This is it. Why did it drop? Dude.
追跡目標追跡ターゲット目標追跡
Let me farm.
追跡追跡
God. Giving me the business. Got my Wickland. No bird. Maybe potato and bird egg. Oh yeah. Yeah, Alex is
ターゲット確認目標
Alex is doing shenanigans there.
ターゲット追跡追跡ターゲットちょっとかするかも
I mean, the Alex in the game, not you. The Alex in the game is doing shenanigans. He gave up on life. Life's too hard, he gave up.
4回目の禁止区域が選定されました。
What we have? Rabbit is good. Meteorite is good too. She's not giving up. She got the Spiral Langinus. Dude. Can we do accessory? That'll be nice. Yep, nice. No big animal. Alex, Alex, that Alex. Not Alex and Jet. There we go. Yeah. Are we going to lose that game? Is that what it is? Might be. Might be. What's going to happen? Alex.
目標
Yeah, Alex. He's in. Fucking stone. Need that wire. This we can't do it though. Hello? Yes, it's mortar. Can't do it though. With the guardian suit or yeah. You know what? Oh, we can do it. No. I have to deal with it. Only 4 damage for a mortar. Guilty Wary is not available. Guilty is RIP. I would have done Guilty otherwise, but well, that's lighter, huh? We have enough. Don't have much. Don't think we have enough. Oh, that bird? Oh, yeah, no bird left. Could have done the boots, but no bird left.
ターゲット確認
If we get a feather somewhere, but
ターゲット
maybe not. Oh, we could do that. From that early start, that's all we could do. Oh, yeah, we don't have ulti much, right?
追跡追跡目標確認
Pretty much.
追跡ちょっとかするかも
Sniping scope, we have only stamina. Nothing else.
ターゲット
Thank God.
ターゲット
It's over.
7回目の禁止区域が設定されました。
We lost. It's over. We lost. Oh yeah. All we can do in that game. Hey, yes. What a game. That's it. You have the tool, then you can execute it better than I did there. Better.